Mihoyo has recently taken the world by storm through their most popular title, Genshin Impact. Released back in September 2020, it reached widespread critical acclaim for providing a fully realized story along with cool and exciting gameplay, all for the price of $0. Although it was free, the game features a gacha system where players can spend real money or in-game currency to acquire new playable characters and weapons. However, this soft paywall didn't stop the game or its players from growing as much as it did. Fast forward to 2023, HoYo releases Honkai Star Rail, a gacha-fueled space opera with a new combat system. So join us here today as we check out if this game has what it takes to match up with its critically acclaimed sibling. Even though this is the fourth installment in the series, fortunately, you don't need any experience with any of the Honkai games to understand its story because Star Rail is set in an alternate universe. Returning characters from previous games such as Himeko and Bronya are vastly different entities from their Honkai Impact counterparts, so longtime fans are also in for a fresh experience. Star Rail starts out strong when a space station suddenly gets ambushed by an organization called the Antimatter Legion. Two Stellaron hunters use this to their advantage to create an artificial human called Trailblazer. After telling you of a certain prophecy in store for you, you then get woken up by the two of the space station crew members, March 7th and Dan Hung. This is where you start learning about the game's story, characters, and mechanics, which also serves as the game's tutorial. After this, you then go on the Astral Express, which starts you off on your own adventure.
What happened? What's the end of your story? Who is that?
Reach the end of the story.
While it is a fair angle to critique mobile games for their limitations in hardware, HoYoverse has a history of impressive technical feats in the platform. Just like Honkai and Genshin Impact, they're up there as some of the best looking games to be found in the App Store. Characters share a lot of similar design philosophies with that of Genshin Impact. We really can't fault anyone for thinking of Star Rail as Genshin in space at first glance because of this. But hey, Genshin has always had amazing character design, so it's still something we're happy to have. A notable difference from Genshin is the improved facial expressions, which is a subtle but effective way of drawing you in to even the most mundane of dialogues. But what really stands out in this title is the environmental design. This is the game's opening screen. Seeing the Astral Express floating in space while a planet looms behind it really tells you a lot about the game. It's only fitting as Star Rail takes you on an interstellar journey with so much to see. As of launch, players have access to 3 main worlds that come with a variety of environments. You'll visit large space hubs, snowy plains, underground cities, and even a spaceship the size of a planet that harbors a Chinese-inspired civilization. Definitely this game's version of Liyue. This Star Rail may not be open world like Genshin Impact, but it definitely sells the idea that this is a journey of cosmic proportions.
You still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens. And I'm no exception.
The music is serviceable with some memorable tracks to boot. Hearing the main theme play out as you boot the game shows how much effort they put into the production of music. Befitting a spacefaring JRPG, you'll have electronic beats amping up the tensions in battles and atmospheric melodies kicking in during exploration bits. The musical influences also change depending on what world you're in. In one world, you'll be met with orchestral ballads with a space techno twist, and then some catchy Chinese folk progressions in another. Those who played Genshin Impact would get a sense of familiarity with how they treated their music here. If Star Rail does more of that in the upcoming arcs just like Honkai Impact 3 did, we're all freaking here for it. The notion that Star Rail is just Genshin in space doesn't really sit right anymore, since it's a fundamentally different game as far as combat and exploration are concerned. The game features a traditional turn-based combat, albeit one that looks and feels really good to play, kinda like Persona 5 as far as spectacle and smooth transitioning goes. True to mobile gaming fashion, it's quite easy to get into. You'll be managing a party of 4, with each character having their own basic attack, skill, talents, and ultimate ability.
Oh, profound secrets of the stars! Give these trailblazers your blessing!
Using a character's skill will consume skill points, which are then gained by performing basic attacks. It's simple, yet intriguing system that encourages players to find the right balance between consuming and regenerating skill points. It may seem restrictive at first, but being able to use skills at almost every turn, fast generation of ultimate abilities that disrupts the turn order, follow-up attacks, status effects that significantly alter the flow of battle, and a variety of characters with unique playstyles, the overall gameplay has a ton of depth, to say nothing of the frantic pace it offers. There's something relevant happening at every turn, and players end up with a system that's hardly ever passive. Overall, it's a different experience from Genshin. The turn-based system also makes for quicker game sessions that don't seem to compromise on engaging gameplay or spectacle. It's clear that Star Rail wants to be a fun game that can accommodate a busy lifestyle.
Rules are made to be broken!
Although Star Rail gives you numerous characters on your starting playthrough, the game is undeniably easier with having 1 or 2 5-star characters. Although the game features a pity mechanic at 90 rolls, you will kinda have to endure those low pull rates, which is at an abysmal 0.6%. If you ever want to get your desired 5-star, it is especially tempting if you're one of those players who just wants to optimize your team to the fullest. So if you're thinking of getting into the game, be sure to check out the banner's pull rates first, before you start spending your precious Star Rail passes. Mihoyo has really outdone themselves with this one. The story and gameplay of Honkai Star Rail is certainly above the free-to-play standards we see today. Sadly, the low pull rates for the 5-star characters will hinder the game's enjoyment for some people. We are giving Honkai Star Rail an 8 out of 10, and you should definitely try out this game for its story and gameplay alone. Want to know more about Honkai Star Rail? Use our guide in the description below, and also follow us on Twitter for all gaming related news. Till then, this has been Game 8 Information Station, signing off.